So what if you could build a profitable YouTube channel without ever showing your face and only working a few hours a week? Well, in the next few minutes, we're gonna lay out the exact blueprint for a system that does just that, almost completely powered by AI.
Here's how we're gonna break it down. First, we'll peek behind the curtain at a real channel that's already doing this. Then we'll dive into how to pick a niche that actually makes money. After that, I'll walk you through the step-by-step AI workflow. We'll talk about realistic money and timelines, and we'll wrap it all up with a simple 6-day launch plan to get you started.
So first things first, let's just talk about what's actually possible here. And I'm not talking about some far-off future fantasy. No, this is what's happening right now.
Let me ask you a question. Could you see yourself running a channel with, say, over 47,000 subscribers? Sounds like a ton of work, right? The filming, the editing, the scripting. But what if the game has completely changed?
Well, that channel is pulling in $4,200 a month, and that's just from ad revenue. Now get this, the creator behind it works only about 4 hours a week on the whole thing. That is the kind of leverage we're talking about.
So what's the secret? How is that even possible? Well, here's the kicker. The creator has never shown their face on camera. They've never recorded their own voice. They don't even write the scripts themselves. The whole thing is a faceless media brand run almost entirely by AI. The human's job is just to be the director, the final quality check before hitting publish.
You know, this whole thing would have sounded like science fiction just a few years ago. Back in 2020, AI voices were super robotic and the production quality was just bad. But man, things have changed at an insane speed. We've seen the tools get better and cheaper, and now we've hit a genuine tipping point. So why now? What makes 2026 so special? Well, it's really about three huge things, all hitting at the exact same time. First, the AI voices, they're incredible now. Honestly, you probably couldn't tell the difference between a top-tier AI voice and a real person. Second, AI isn't just spitting out facts anymore. It's writing genuinely interesting, well-researched scripts. And finally, and this is a big one, the YouTube algorithm loves this kind of content. It loves the consistency that an AI system can deliver.
Okay, so that's the big picture. Now let's get into the how. And we have to start with what is, hands down, the most important decision you're gonna make. Seriously, your niche choice is everything because it directly controls your earning potential. And it all comes down to one little acronym, RPM. It stands for Revenue Per Mil, which is just a fancy way of saying how much money you make for every 1,000 views. It all boils down to how much advertisers want to get in front of your audience. A high RPM means more money for the exact same amount of work. Simple as that.
And check this out. This shows you just how massive that difference can be. If your channel is about finance, you could be making, say, $15, $20, even $30 for every 1,000 views. But if you're in gaming, you might only be making $1 or $2. That's a 10, even 20 times difference for the same number of eyeballs. That's why I said this choice is everything.
So how do you pick a winner? Well, you just have to tick these 4 boxes. 1, it's gotta be high RPM. Don't leave money on the table. 2, it needs to be searchable. Think evergreen topics that people are gonna be looking for years from now. 3, it has to be research friendly. So fact-based topics are where AI really shines. And number 4, and don't skip this one, you have to actually be interested in it. If you're not, you'll burn out, I guarantee it.
All right, so you've picked your high-profit niche. Perfect. Now let's pop the hood and look at the engine, the AI production system. This is your step-by-step content assembly line.
Okay, step 1 is the script. For this, think of it like a 2-part AI team. You can use ChatGPT to get the overall structure and flow of the video right. Then, you use a tool like NotebookLM to act as your deep dive researcher, pulling in all the facts. Once your script is solid, you just feed it into an AI voice generator like ElevenLabs, and bam, you get a perfect, human-sounding voiceover. Next up on the assembly line, the visuals. You grab some free stock video from a site like Pexels, and for anything more specific, you can have an AI image generator create it for you on the fly. Then, you just stitch it all together with the voiceover in a super easy, free editor like CapCut. And for the final polish, you have ChatGPT work its magic one last time to write you a killer title and description that'll get you found. Okay, so you have the niche, you have the system, but what about the payoff? Let's get real about the numbers and timelines, because honestly, this is where a lot of people get discouraged and give up way too soon.
Look, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The first 3 months, that's your building phase. You're just laying the groundwork, focusing on quality and consistency. Then, around months 4 to 6, you'll start to feel some real traction as the algorithm finds your people.
Monetization usually kicks in around the 7-month mark, and if you stick with it, by the end of your first year, you can have a real asset, a channel bringing in steady income every month.
And what does that income actually look like? Well, in a good niche like AI or finance, even with just 10,000 subscribers, you're already looking at maybe $1,000 to $2,000 a month when you include things like affiliate income. Once you hit 50,000 subs, now you're talking about a legitimate full-time income for most people.
And please remember, ads are just the tip of the iceberg. Seriously, the real money is often in affiliate marketing, getting a cut when people buy the AI tools you feature, or sponsorships from companies, or even selling your own little guide or template. Those streams can easily dwarf what you make from AdSense.
All right, we've covered a ton of ground here. We've talked about what's possible, why now is the perfect time, and the exact system to do it. So let's bring it all home and turn this from an idea into an actual plan you can start tomorrow.
This is your launch plan. It's not some crazy 30-day challenge, it's a 6-day sprint. Day 1, you make that big niche decision. Day 2, you create the channel and the branding, with AI of course. You research, you write, you assemble, and by day 6, you hit upload. You are officially a YouTube creator. The gap between wanting to do this and actually doing it has never, ever been smaller. The only real question left is, what are you gonna build?